Hello and welcome to today's Hatha Vinyasa Intermediate Yoga class. Taking a seated position, and today we're going to start in Child's Pose. So come, take a comfortable position in Child's Pose and just let the whole body relax. And kind of ask yourself, what do I need from my practice today? Let your heart do the speaking. Be open to receive any message. And with that message coming up, taking a seated position. And just taking some deep breaths. And on the exhale, exhale any thought or worry. Inhaling, exhaling. Bringing the hands to the heart center, raising them above your head, drag them over your forehead, lower to the heart, and inhale to tone. And covering the eyes when you finish, giving the head and the face a little massage. And any part of the body that needs some loving care. And then we'll begin the seated sequence. We're going to start with some gentle neck rotations, turning the head in one way. If you do get dizzy in this, you can just feel free to skip. If not, just rotate one direction and change direction. Letting go of any tension in the neck. And returning to center. From here, we're going to go into cactus arms, round the back exhale. Inhale, open cactus arms, open chest, look front. Exhale, round the back, draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, cactus arms, open the chest. Exhale, round the back, arms in. And exhaling, returning to center. From here, we're going to do some wrist warm up. So interlacing the fingers and bringing them out. Exhaling the arms out. Inhale, draw the hands back in. Exhale, hands out. Inhale, back. And for last, we'll do some wrist rotation, drawing circles inwards. And reversing the circle, drawing circles outwards. And after that, simple flexion and extension of the wrists, up, down, and coming to all fours, flipping the wrists backwards and forwards, just warming up the joints later, backwards, forwards. Good, and from here we're going to go into child's pose, putting the wrists underneath the armpit of the leg, squeezing the joint, feeling a release in the joint, and coming back up. And we're going to go into a modified camel pose, just very, very slightly pushing the pelvis forward. We don't want to go too intense into this yet, as we're just warming up the joints. So coming back to center. Good, and push back into child's pose, arms extended in front of you, taking a few breaths here. And getting ready for the next posture, we'll be inhaling up and coming to all fours. And we're going to do some cat-cow. So exhale, round the back, draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, look front. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open the chest and look front. Exhale, round and draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, round nice and slow, just really moving with the breath. And then you can do some gentle movements, any kind of movement, just to continue to wake up the spine. Whatever feels natural to you, go ahead and just move in this tabletop variation. And then push back into child's pose when finished. Good, and coming into all fours now, we're going to do rainbow kicks. So we're going to first stick our right leg out and draw circles behind us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Good. Now reaching back with the left hand's going to take the right leg if possible. Otherwise, you just stay on all fours. Just have a little balance here. And release. Coming back to center, changing legs. Now, rainbow kick with the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back to all fours and take the right hand to the left foot if possible. Just giving a gentle stretch here. Balancing in this pose. Good. And coming back to all fours and pushing back into child's pose from here. Take some breaths. Now we've really warmed up all of the different joints. Just taking a minute to enjoy child's pose. And coming back now into all fours. Pushing back into downward facing dog. In this first downward facing dog, you can feel free to kind of pedal your legs out, waking up the hamstrings. Just do whatever movement, feels right to help ease you into this first downward facing dog. Good, and from here we're going to do a modification of downward facing dog. So you're going to take opposite hand to opposite leg. Once you're done with your little warm-up, take your left hand to your right leg and twist. And just breathe here. And then we'll switch sides, taking the opposite ankle now, just breathing. Good. Coming back to center now. And we're going to walk our hands back and just hang like a rag doll. In a version of Bourget-Spirit, but hanging, letting go of any tension in the spine, shaking, yes, I'm awesome. Shaking your head, no, I won't let negativity get to me today. And when we're ready, walking our hands back out, coming into downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to come up to our tips of our toes and roll our body forward into plank. And we're going to go from plank to the side position. You can drop that knee, or you can come all the way up to the blade edge of the right leg, opening the arm. Option to take the other leg onto your quadriceps. Holding here. Are now dropping down. And we're going to inhale up for wild thing. And taking the hand to the heart. Good. Dropping the sacrum down, coming back into downward facing dog. From here, again, coming to the toes and rolling the body forward into plank, coming to the opposite side, so you can drop the knee down as a modification, or you can come onto the blade edge of the foot On the opposite side, if you want, you can take your other foot for fallen tree pose, holding here in this plank modification. Dropping now the legs down, inhaling up for wild thing. Hand to the heart center in this wild thing modification. And dropping back down, rotating, going back into downward facing dog. Good, now working our way into sun salutations. So when you're ready, inhaling, looking front, and you're gonna jump or walk your legs forward. Inhale, grow your body long. Exhale, fold. And when you're ready, squeezing your belly. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, back down. Tadasana. And we're going to go with this first round of sun salutations here. Inhaling up, this is sun salutations A. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhale, go long. And exhale, jump or walk back. Option to lower knees, chest, chin, or in Chaturanga. Now we're going to go for Baby Bhujangasana. Slightly inhaling, opening chest, exhale, down. Bhujangasana, breathing. Inhaling, slightly open. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And now we can go for a little bit bigger with adding the hands and the elbows. Intimidation Cobra. So coming up into the fingertips, inhaling, opening. Exhaling, back down. Inhaling, Intimidation Cobra. Exhaling, down. Good. From here, we're going to have the option to come into full up dog. Otherwise, you can stick into a previous modification, then exhale back into down dog. Taking a few breaths here. And then jump or walk forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, fold. And squeezing the abdomen, inhaling all the way up. Good, and we're gonna do 4 more rounds of full sun salutation now. So on the next inhale, sweep the arms up, coming up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, jump or walk back, lower in Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhaling to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, feet separated, hips width apart. And breathing here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. On the next exhalation, you're going to look between your hands and then jump or walk forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, fold. Inhaling all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we're going to get ready for the next round. Good. So again, we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, jump or walk back, lower knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, push back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And keeping your feet separated, hips width apart, planting the fingers into the floor, and just breathe. Try to make your inhale and your exhale the same length. And on the next inhale, jump or walk forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, fold. And then squeeze the belly, inhaling all the way back up. And exhaling back down into Tadasana. Getting ready for the next round. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, jump or walk back. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, open the chest. Exhaling, push back into downward facing dog. And 5 breaths here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. On the next exhale, we're going to look between our hands, jump or walk forward. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, center. Good. Just one more round now. Inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look front. Exhale, jump or walk back. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then looking in between the hands, we're going to jump or walk forward. Inhaling, growing long. Exhaling, folding. And inhaling all the way back up. Exhale, neutral pose. Okay, from here we're going to take a half vinyasa. Inhaling the hands up, exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, growing long, exhaling, jumping or walking back, lower in plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to up dog. Push back into downward facing dog and take a few breaths here. And from here, we're going to be doing some modifications from downward facing dog, beginning with 3-legged dog. So what we're going to do is we're going to elevate the right leg into the air, then bend the knee, opening the hip, coming back, leg straight. Now we're going to take the knee to the nose. Knee to the nose, exhale up. Now to the knee to the left elbow, exhale up. Knee to the right elbow, exhale up. Then one more time, knee to the nose, then bring the leg up, getting ready for warrior 1. Now we're going to draw that right leg in between the hands, coming up onto warrior. Elevate the hands, sink deep into the squat, right leg bent at 90 degrees, and just breathe here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're going to get ready for warrior 2. Arms in straight out, looking over the right fingertips, squaring the hips towards the long line of the mat. Good. And flip that palm up, bring the right hand over for reverse warrior, sink deep into the right leg, and coming back, windmill the hands down, chaturanga. Option to lower with 1-legged chaturanga if that's in your practice. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Good, and from here we're going to change sides now. So you're going to raise the left leg up and then open the hip by bending the left leg, then straight and bring the knee to the nose. Exhale up, knee to the right elbow, exhale up, knee to the left elbow, exhale up, knee to the nose, exhale up. Good, hold for a minute. Good, now bringing the left leg in between the hands and coming up for warrior 1 on the other side. Sink deep into the squat and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go to warrior 2, arms stretched out, Looking up for the left fingertips. Sink deeper into your squat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip the hand, coming into reverse warrior on the other side. And windmill your hands down. Option for one-legged chaturanga if that's in your practice, or if you'd like to invite it into your practice. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Getting ready now. We're going to actually inhale the right leg up into three-legged dog. And then draw the right leg forward, coming all the way up to warrior 1. Then lowering down into arrow pose, bring your chest towards your right quadriceps, balance forward, hold for a minute, and then inhale up to stalk pose, left leg bent, then lowering down into aeroplane, holding for a minute, coming back up, stalk pose, then inhaling, water dancer, stalk pose, water dancer, stalk pose, and finally inhaling the left leg back, warrior 2. Hold, inhale up, and then Skandasana, left leg, balancing on that left heel, hold, then twist around, coming up, opening the left arm all the way up, coming up onto the right heel behind you, holding twisted lunge, then rotating back down and come up onto side plank, option with the knee, option to do wild thing here, so dropping the sacrum down, inhaling all the way up, and coming back down, revolving into downward facing dog. Hold for a few moments. Good. From here, we're going to get ready to do the other side. Inhaling the left leg up now, bringing the left leg in between the hands and coming up to warrior 1 and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're going to balance forward, arrow pose, bringing the chest towards the left knee, and then inhale up, back up to stalk pose. Exhale down, aeroplane pose. Hold, good. Inhale up, stalk pose. Exhale to water dancer. Inhale, stalk pose. Exhale, water dancer. Inhale, stalk pose. And then we're going to inhale, right leg comes back, and we're going to bend the right leg 90 degrees, warrior 2. And hold. Good, then coming up to center. And we're going to get ready for Skandasana on the other side, bending the right leg this time and hold. Then rotating around for twisted lunge on the other side, opening up the right arm this time. Holding and coming back down, option for plank with the knee or coming all the way up. Option again to take wild thing from here, lowering the hips and then inhaling, opening. Then exhale back down into downward facing dog. Good, and we're going to do that whole sequence again now. So just give yourself a breather and get ready for three-legged dog, inhaling the right leg up, right leg forward into warrior 1. Good, then draw that chest towards your quadriceps and hold. Then inhaling up to stalk pose. Exhaling, plane pose. Inhaling to stalk pose. Exhaling now to water dancer, bent knee. Inhale, stalk. Water dancer, bent knee. Inhale, stalk. And then we're going to inhale, left leg back, warrior 2. Inhaling up, and then exhaling down onto the left, and hold, Skandasana. Then twist around, opening up For twisted lunge, holding for a moment. Then you can come onto side plank with the knee or on the blade edge of the foot. Option to take wild thing if you choose, by lowering the hips down, inhaling, opening, and exhaling, revolving back down into downward facing dog. Now inhaling, left leg up and bring left leg forward for warrior one, left leg bent, sinking deep into that left leg. And then we're going to get ready to bring our chest to our left quadriceps. Hold. And then inhale up to stalk pose. Exhale, take flight, aeroplane pose. Legs straight. Coming up again to stalk pose, bending the right. Exhale, water dancer, keeping that right bent. Inhale, stalk pose. Exhale, water dancer. Inhale, stalk. And then bringing the right leg all the way back, this time for warrior two. Arms out and hold, inhaling up and then sinking down over the right leg, Skandasana, holding Skandasana and then getting ready to twist around for twisted lunge, opening up the right arm. Option to go for plank either with the knee or on the blade edge of the foot. And then option to take wild thing, sinking the hips down and then inhaling, opening, and then bringing the hand back around for downward facing dog. Holding down dog, connecting with your breath, getting ready for the ending sequence. Take a few more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you can jump or walk forward, this time taking your feet to the outside of your hands, and you're going to come into Malasana. So with the hands in the prayer position, you can push with your elbows and just enjoy this hip opening. Every exhale, you feel yourself growing more and more relaxed, letting go of tension. Good. We're going to transition, do that one more time. So push back into downward facing dog. Just take a breath here. Getting ready to go for the second round of Malasana. And from down dog, again, jumping or walking to the outside of our hands and going into that squat. And really using the force of the elbows to push open the hips and breathe. From here, going into a Malasana variation, you can interlace your fingers and kind of point as if you were pointing at a target, really stretching out the shoulders. Continue to breathe. Good. And from here, we're going to come up with the bent knees and we're going to just rotate shoulders, looking one direction, looking the other direction, back to center, and all the way up. Good, so from here we're going to take a dancer's pose variation, balancing on the left leg. We're going to bend the right knee, and with the right hand we'll take the right foot and bend forward as far as we're comfortable, and just kind of balance here for a moment. Good. Keep holding the balance. And then transition through stalk pose, bending the right. So from here, wrap the right leg on top of the left leg and take the left arm up and over the right arm for eagle pose. And sink as deep down into eagle pose as you would like. Exhale, undo. and getting ready to change sides. Now balancing on the right, you'll take left hand to left foot and dancer pose as far as you're comfortable forward. Hold, and then slowly inhaling up, taking stalk pose. Getting ready for eagle on the other side, left leg on top of right, right arm wrapping up and over the left arm, and sink deep down into the eagle. Hold, exhale, undo. Transitioning with a vinyasa now, inhaling the arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, jump or walk back. Lower in chaturanga, inhaling up, exhaling back. From here, we're going to jump or walk to take a seated position, going directly into Navasana boat pose. You can have the knees bent or you can have the legs straight. Lowering down, lift your bum all the way, Lolasana. And coming back, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, opening the chest, 5, 6, good. Now relaxing down all the way, come to lying back onto your back, and we're going to do a variation of bridge pose here. So whenever you're ready, we're going to hug the knees in first. Give a good massage to the lower back, then bending the knees at 90 degrees, you can stick your hands up under your sacrum and just breathe into the lower back in this modified bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lower down, hug the knees in. Give a little massage to your lower back. Just enjoying being here in this moment at the cool down. And then we're going to let the knees fall to one side, giving a stretch to the lower back. And let the knees fall to the other side. Coming back. From here, hugging the knees in another time. And we can take the knees now in 90 degrees, or you can go all the way to the Salamba Sarvangasana, supporting the sacrum with the hands. If that's too intense, just stay with 90 degrees. Holding this, and then option to exhale forward, knee, legs behind you, outstretched in Halasana, interlacing the fingers to the floor. Holding. Bending the knees, and then slowly kind of lowering down vertebra by vertebra. Hug the knees in and roll like a ball, coming back up. And then coming back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog, then take the right leg forward for pigeon pose on the right side, sinking deeply into the right hip. You can stay with your chest open, or you can recline forward into sleeping pigeon, however you're more comfortable. And just breathe into the hips. Inhaling light, exhaling tension. Inhaling peace, exhaling letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Slowly inhaling back up, opening the chest, then push back again into downward facing dog, three-legged dog, and change sides now. Inhaling the other leg up, coming forward, bending that leg as far as you're comfortable for pigeon pose on the other side. And if you like to invite it into your practice, you can come down, sleeping pigeon. Inhaling light and exhaling, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Inhaling peace, exhaling tension. Take a few more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, you can inhale, coming back up, vertebra by vertebra, into open chest. And then pushing back into three-legged dog. And back into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take a seated position, sitting on top of the knees in hero pose. Bringing the hands up and then going for a lateral stretch to one side. Lateral stretch to the other side. Coming back to center. Good, and then interlacing the fingers behind, inhaling, opening, and exhaling, folding forward. Just taking a moment to feel grateful for this moment. Breathing deep. And on your next inhale, inhaling, slowly coming up. Exhale, undo the posture. From here, we're going to go to Supta Virasana, but it is a little intense on the knees, so if anybody has knee issues, it's better to avoid this posture. Otherwise, coming into hero pose, and then we're going to go actually for a reclined hero pose. So taking the elbows behind you, and just breathing into the lower back here. With every exhale, feel a release. And with every inhale, feel space being created in between the vertebra. Inhale space and exhale, release tension. Whenever you're ready, inhaling back up, taking a seated position, and going forward into child's pose. Holding child's pose in whichever variation you're comfortable with. And slowly inhaling back up, taking a seated position. And from here, we're going to lie down and do a deep shoulder stretch. So cross the arms underneath you, one arm on top of the other, doesn't matter which one's first, and just with the pressure of your chest, let go of all the tension in the arms, the forearms, the upper arms, the shoulders, and change sides. And hold for a few breaths here. Really working on releasing that chain of muscles. And exhaling, undo, and from here push back into child's pose again. Finishing up here today, taking a variation of child's pose with namaste behind the head. Holding for a moment, then pushing forward and coming back up, and we're gonna do the thread the needle pose. So inhaling, left arm, left leg, exhaling, bring the left shoulder to the ground, and breathing here, option to take the right hand behind you. Holding, And coming back up, and we will change sides now. So threading the needle on the other side, inhaling, opening, and exhale, bring that shoulder to the floor. Option to keep the elbow bent or wrap that hand back around behind you. Threaded the needle pose on the other side, Urdhva Mukha Pasasana. And hold. Good. Coming back to all fours. One more time. Thread the needle. Rest down on the shoulder. And just breathe into it, letting go of any and all tension. Enjoying this posture. Coming back to all fours. One more time on the other side. Thread the needle. And enjoy. And whenever you're ready, coming back to all fours. And from here, we're going to go into child's pose just for a moment, and then come back to all fours, and we're going to lie back. Good. And then we're going to wrap one leg around the other as many times as comfortable. And then we're going to roll the knees to one side and look in the opposite direction, like eagle pose, but in the supine position. Holding as long as comfortable, breathing into it. Inhaling the legs back up to center, releasing and changing the legs, wrapping the other leg as many times as comfortable, and bringing the knees to the floor, look in the opposite direction. Exhaling and inhaling deeply. Good. Coming back, undo, and coming into Shavasana. And just taking a moment to remember if there was any message we needed to listen to today. Taking this moment in Shavasana to let the silence speak. Namaste.